If you feel stuck, listen to this. If you feel like time is moving forward, but your life is standing still, this message is for you. Not because you are weak, not because you are incapable, and not because you are lazy, but because you are human. Most people don't talk about this part of life, the quiet part, the part where you wake up, do what you have to do, go to bed, and repeat the same day over and over again while wondering when things are supposed to change. You look around and it feels like everyone else is moving forward. They are starting new projects, changing careers, finding love, building something, and you're still here, thinking, planning, waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, the right moment almost never comes. Most people don't fail because they aren't smart enough. They fail because they wait. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel less afraid. They wait until they feel certain. But certainty doesn't come before action. It comes after. Confidence doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's built slowly, through movement, through mistakes, through doing things before you feel ready. If you are waiting to feel fearless, you will wait forever. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to move while fear is still there. Think about how many things you have postponed, not because you didn't want them, but because you were afraid of starting, afraid of failing, afraid of being judged, afraid of realizing that it might not work. So you stayed where it felt familiar, even if it didn't feel good, because discomfort often feels safer than change. You don't. Here is something most people never tell you. Staying stuck is also a decision. It may not feel like one, but every day you don't move forward. You are choosing to stay exactly where you are, and that choice has consequences. A year from now, you will either be glad you started or frustrated that you didn't. Time will pass either way. Many people believe that clarity comes first, that once everything makes sense, they'll finally begin. But clarity is a result of action, not a requirement. You don't figure things out by thinking endlessly. You figure things out by trying, by testing, by adjusting, by learning what works and what doesn't. Waiting for a perfect plan is one of the most effective ways to avoid progress. The truth is, you don't need to know the entire path. You only need to know the next small step. One email, one application, one page written, one decision made. Small steps feel insignificant, but they are the only steps that actually move you forward. Big changes are built quietly. You might feel like you're late, like you missed your chance, like everyone else started earlier. But starting late is not the same as failing. Some people find their direction early. Others need time to understand themselves. There is no universal timeline for life. The only real mistake is letting the fear of being late stop you from starting at all. If you keep telling yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, ask yourself this: ready for what? Ready to never fail? Ready to never feel uncomfortable? Ready to never doubt yourself? That version of readiness doesn't exist. Growth always feels awkward at first. You are not behind. You are becoming. But becoming requires action. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Even if your hands shake, even if your voice isn't confident, even if you don't believe in yourself yet, belief often comes after commitment. One of the hardest things to accept is that no one is coming to save you, not because people don't care, but because your life is yours to take responsibility for. That realization can feel heavy, but it is also incredibly freeing, because if no one is coming to save you, then you are allowed to save yourself. You don't need permission to change your life. You don't need validation from everyone around you. You don't need to explain your dreams to people who don't understand them. You only need honesty with yourself and the courage to act on it. Most people regret the things they didn't try far more than the things they failed at. Failure teaches. Regret only lingers. You can recover from mistakes. You can't recover lost time. The life you want will not come from staying comfortable. Comfort keeps you safe, but it also keeps you small. Growth requires friction, resistance, moments where you question yourself. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign you're doing something new. You may not see results immediately, and that's okay. Most meaningful progress is invisible at first. Roots grow before anything appears above the surface. If you quit too early, you'll never see what you were capable of becoming. There will be days where you feel motivated, and many days where you don't. That's normal. Discipline is what carries you when motivation disappears. Not extreme discipline, not punishment. Just consistency, showing up again and again, even when it feels boring, slow, or uncertain. You don't have to change everything at once. You don't have to reinvent your entire life. You just have to start moving in a direction that feels more honest. Progress compounds. At some point, you will realize something important. The problem was never that you didn't have potential. The problem was that you underestimated how much courage ordinary progress actually requires. We imagine courage as something dramatic, a big leap, a loud decision. But real courage is much quieter than that. It looks like waking up tired and still showing up. It looks like continuing when no one is watching. It looks like doing the work without immediate results. Most people don't quit because they fail. They quit because progress feels slow. They expect change to be obvious. But growth doesn't work like that. At first, everything feels the same. Same doubts, same fears. The only difference is that now you are moving. And that movement matters more than how you feel. There will be moments where you question your decision. Moments where staying comfortable feels tempting again. That doesn't mean you were wrong to begin. It means you are leaving what is familiar. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is this: I'll go back to trying later. Later rarely comes. Later slowly turns into never. You don't become confident before you take action. You become confident because you survive action. Because you realize that failing didn't destroy you. Progress changes your identity. Slowly, quietly, you stop seeing yourself as someone who wants to change and start seeing yourself as someone who is changing. And that shift is powerful. When you change, some people won't understand you, not because you are wrong, but because your growth reminds them of what they are avoiding. You are not responsible for staying small to make others comfortable. There's grief in growth, grieving who you were, grieving time you lost. That grief is normal. It means you are letting go. The future you want is not built by motivation. It is built by repetition. If you keep going, fear doesn't disappear, but it loses control. Freedom is not the absence of fear. Freedom is choosing, even when fear is present. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compare. Slow progress in the right direction beats